Kevin with a Tuesday's Tech Tip. It's been a while since I've done one, but I want to share something with you. The other day, I was trying to get from one point to another in my car, and I was down south trying to get back up to Round Rock. It was around about 5 o'clock. So I put in the GPS to see which way it was going to tell me was the fastest way to go. So I put in where I wanted to go, and I take off. It's telling me to take 71 to 360 to Mopac. I'll be home in 45 minutes. I'm like, all right, cool. So I start heading towards 71, and I look, 71 is backed up. And I'm like, man, this thing is stupid. It ain't gonna tell me the right direction. Stupid electronics, forget it. So I made a right turn and decided I'm gonna go ahead and get on 35, heading north. Bad idea. By the time I got over the top of that bridge, everything came to a stop. The crazy part is, the minute I made that right turn, the GPS was saying, make a U-turn. Make a U-turn, make a U-turn. As I kept getting on 35, it told me, exit Old Torf, make a U-turn. Exit Riverside, make a U-turn. Then finally, it just stopped talking altogether. It never said nothing. It just sat there. The screen didn't change, nothing. As I kept driving, it still wasn't saying anything. Then it finally switched to another screen that showed all red, all the way down on both sides of the highway. My point was, when I started thinking about it, I said, man, how many times do we ask God for directions or ask God for something, and then he turns around, he gives us the answer, but then when we get there, it don't look like what we expect it to look like. We sitting up here like, oh, this ain't what I asked for. How is this supposed to get me where I'm supposed to go? Just like if you turn around and you look at this right here, at this water, and you see on the other side over here, how am I supposed to get over there from here through there? That don't make no sense to me. But if you look at Proverbs 14, verse 12, it says, there is a way that appears right to a man, but in the end it leads to death. There's sometimes that we think things should be a certain way to us, and we follow what we want to follow. How many times or how long have I followed my own way for so long that only took me to a dead end? It took me to nothing. A lot of times it almost took me to death. Follow Christ. When you ask him for something and he gives you the directions, a lot of times it ain't gonna seem the way you want it to seem. But he knows, because he's sitting like that satellite high up, and he can see everything ahead of time. So he can give you a warning and let you know, turn here, turn there, don't do this, don't do that. A lot of times we sit up here and we say, I knew something told me, quit calling it something. That something is the Holy Spirit telling you, don't go here, don't go there, don't do this, don't do that, turn here, turn there. But we always end up trying to follow our own way. Don't do like I did for many years, trying to follow my own way and wasting time. Because a lot of times it takes you to a dead end. If you had just followed the directions that God gave you from the gate. Seek God's wisdom. And when you ask him for it, a lot of times, remember, it might not look like what you think it should look like, but in the end, it's going to be the way God wanted it to be in the first place. Till next time on Tuesday's Tech Tip.